Majestic sound.
Tell them to say you should go and tweet that.
Hey, what up? It's your boy Toby D, and you have tuned in to my Christian audio podcast, Faith Football Fans. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day that the big pay-per-view fight is going down at 4:35 with the Falcons and the Seahawks. Now listen, you gotta have much respect for both teams because both are under that brotherhood philosophy. Although lately, during the season, you've seen Seattle on those sidelines kind of unraveling over there, going at each other's throats. But they managed to pull it together just enough to make the playoffs once again in Russell Wilson's 5th season as the Seahawks quarterback. And you gotta respect that. But I feel the need that I got to say something that is on my heart, and that is one of the reasons why I haven't watched a lot of the media. But I guess it really doesn't matter because you can always tell when other people have fed into things that the media say because you can look at the comments and see a lot of stuff that they're saying. They've been spoon-fed by the media and they're repeating it, and they've been saying it back to me. Let's start off with one of them. Matt Ryan's 1-4 record. Well, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. As nervous as I would like to get about that, really I'm not. And if I get nervous, I'm forcing myself because I feel no nervous tension in my heart whatsoever about Matt Ryan's 1-4 start. Let me address that right quick. This is a totally different coaching staff and a totally different head coach from the Mike Smith era. First of all, when Matt Ryan lost those games in the playoffs, guess who was his offensive coordinator? Mike Mularkey. And here's the other thing you got to take in about Mike Mularkey. When Mike Mularkey was going to those AFC championships with Cordell Stewart, he had a top 3 defense on his side in Pittsburgh. Ask yourself one time when Matt Ryan was the quarterback here, did he have any of that in his corner? Now, I love my team, period. I love all the defensive players that has ever played for the Falcons since I can remember growing up as a kid. Much respect. But Matt Ryan did not have that. Now, it's starting to come around. Although we're still a few pieces away, the opportunistic side of the thing is showing up for the Atlanta Falcons, especially since after the bye week. Okay, now the other thing about this is when Matt Ryan had Mike Smith and Mike Mularkey, they were very conservative. Their game plans were so consistently predictable, it wasn't even funny. You heard Green Bay. They knew everything the Falcons was going to do after that first successful drive by Michael Turner when they saw it unfold. They said, okay, these guys is trying to do the same thing they did to us when we played them in the regular season. We about to shut that down. And what did they do? They shut it down. Now, albeit, I have to remind you, the Falcons weren't losing by that many points in that first half until Matt Ryan threw that interception, trying to get down there to at least get some points before the half, when they should have just went out in the half down 14-7. I thought that was very stupid, predictable play calling when Trayvon Williams was going to recognize the route that Roddy White was running and picked it off and ran it to the house. Predictability, y'all. Kyle Shanahan is not predictable. He knows how to use his weapons. This is a fresh start for me. I can't be worrying about 1-4 because Dan Quinn has nothing to do with that. And Dan Quinn said it before, him and Matt Ryan. Anything that got to do with the past is exactly that. It's the past. The past is there to help make you better for your present and your future. And I feel like that's what that has done in preparing Matt Ryan for the guy he is now. Matt Ryan is finally playing lights out like I knew he could when I wanted him drafted. When the Falcons drafted him. Mike Smith just didn't know how to use him, had him in the wrong system. And that's clearly evident because you look at the amount of interceptions Matt Ryan has thrown compared to the other 9 years of his career. He's cut that totally in half to 7 from his usual 14 to 16 INTs a season. Had an opportunity to get 40 touchdowns. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the last 2 against New Orleans, but he finished the season with 38. This is a totally different Matt Ryan. Now, albeit we beat the Seattle Seahawks in the divisional round, and now we have an opportunity to play them again, hopefully to beat them again in an effort to advance to the NFC championship game, again. But you can come at me with Matt Ryan's 1-4 start to the playoffs. You can come at me with all the experience Seattle had. I think a lot of you Seattle fans forget that when you made that Super Bowl twice, 2 years in a row, you had Mr. Quinnen himself. He ain't coaching for your defense no more. Now, much respect to the new defensive coordinator that Dan Quinn tried to take to come over here for the Falcons, and he decided to stay because he wanted his chance in hopefully becoming a head coach one day like Gus Bradley and Dan Quinn. I don't see that same physical intensity that Dan Quinn provided for y'all defense. Even without Bruce Irvin, even without Malcolm Smith, even without Chris Clemens, I don't see that same intensity with Cliff Averill and Michael Bennett that they had, that identity they had when they were intimidating the Broncos offense. Speaking, by the way, of the Broncos offense, somebody brought this to my attention. In comparing our offense to them, these are 2 different offenses, y'all. First of all, you're not going to be able to intimidate a 6'2", 6'3", 229-pound Julio Jones. You're not going to be able to intimidate a 215-pound or 20-pound Mohamed Sanu. Even down to our smaller guy, Taylor Gabriel, is not scared of you at 5'8", 165 or so. It ain't the same. So don't try to compare those 2 because we have a physical presence. And albeit our defense may not be top 5 yet, we got some scary guys who can knock your behind out, and y'all witnessed it. And don't think for 1 second that Seattle offense has not saw what Keanu Neal, who already had 5 forced fumbles in his career, can do to you once he lays the wood on you with his shoulder tackling. Now, y'all had to excuse me. My granddaughters is walking through here and they're talking. But I just had to address that this is a fresh start Saturday for me. And you can do whatever you want with it. Repeat from the media all you want. That's why I didn't watch much of it at all, if any. And I really don't need to because I got y'all repeating everything. But I'm going to leave it at that. Falcons fans, please subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me know how you feeling. Are you nervous about today? Are you still holding on to that 1-4 Matt Ryan playoff career record? Or have you let it go and have decided that this is a fresh start Saturday for you under a new coaching staff and under many players that weren't even part of those teams with the 1-4 record of Matt Ryan? Let me know what's up. Faith football fans, Toby D, peace. I'm out.